This news is brought to you now. Your eyewitness weather forecast.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. As we get into the late afternoon and into this evening, the clouds will continue to thicken up. Eventually, there's going to be some wet weather. Might become a little bit more widespread, but it's mainly while you're sleeping. So I think as we go deeper into the night, the chance of rain goes up. And you can already see that there's kind of a harbinger of that out there as those clouds are starting to kind of fill in and thicken and lower, so the ceiling is dropping, the distance between the surface of the earth up to the base of the clouds. So as those clouds thicken up, eventually they start to leak a little. That's in the forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, scattered showers developing. Rain becomes a little bit more widespread later tonight. Could be an embedded rumble of thunder. Low temperatures drop to near 60. And then through the day tomorrow, it starts out with some wet weather, especially south and east, and then it tapers to just some spotty rain showers, and the sky will clear out. But as the cooler air comes in tomorrow, there's an opportunity for a few spotty lake-enhanced rain showers. By the evening, high temperature only 67 tomorrow. We do have a flood watch that's in effect. This is for areas down into Otsego County. Some of those areas could pick up 0.2 of an inch or more. You can see as we go into the late night and early morning, 0.5 down towards Oneonta, Cooperstown. So if we get a repetitive thunder shower over the same area, could be some localized flooding. Where's the rain now? Filling in out towards the Syracuse area, 81 country north of Syracuse, up towards Hastings and Clay, and a couple of downpours towards Fulton. We take out a little bit wider, you can see another stripe of rain extending down into the north central Pennsylvania mountains. This is all going to work its way in our direction here, so as we head into the overnight, rain will fill in and pick up in intensity. 78 now in town, upper 70s over towards Griffiths and Rome, mid-70s Cooperstown and Hartwick, up into the Adirondacks, temperatures in the low 70s. So there's that little batch of wet weather coming in tonight. Let's switch gears, talk about the tropics. We have not mentioned Margot at all. There is another hurricane out there, way out there, treading water, just a fish storm. The bigger concern is Lee. Category 3 storm right now with winds of 115 miles an hour, crawling to the west-northwest at 7 miles an hour. The track still takes it due north and then up towards the New England coast. We'll go in a little bit closer, so this would be this weekend. Notice the track and cone of uncertainty remains off the New England coast, but there's still going to be some impacts here. The New England coast, and even here locally, some high clouds could spill in. The wind will pick up as this storm churns towards Halifax, Nova Scotia over the weekend. So a little band of wet weather comes through tonight. Into tomorrow morning, it starts out with some wet weather and then tapers to just some spotty showers by the time we get into the afternoon and into the evening. A little bit of lake effect or lake enhanced rain showers developing tomorrow night into Thursday morning before the sky clears out. And it's a fall feel too. Temperatures are only in the 60s for highs Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, beautiful 70, breezy Saturday. Some high clouds from Lee. And then a separate system increases the clouds Sunday with some wet weather probably by Monday and Tuesday.
More wet weather, huh?
Yes, but we have a really nice weekend to enjoy before then.
Sandwich right in there.
Yep.
Thanks, Craig. When we come back, SUNY Poly has fun.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
All right, good evening, everyone. Let's get you up to date with the forecast. Have some wet weather on the way and probably spills over into tomorrow morning, at least for parts of the area. So let's kind of break this down and tell you what to expect. Tonight we continue to watch the clouds thicken up. It's been pretty dry here across the Mohawk Valley through the evening. That will be changing, though, as we go deeper into the overnight hours. So that's a look live downtown Utica tonight as the clouds increase. We do have a flood watch that's in effect. This is down to the south, so Otsego County particularly. Because if we get any repetitive thunder showers over the same area, it could lay down, some localized flooding, localized heavy rain, 5/10, 6/10 of an inch. Doesn't seem like much, but, if it kind of rolls over the same area, there could be some minor, like poor drainage flooding. Not a huge deal, but there is a flood watch nonetheless for Otsego County. And there is the wet weather. You can see it kind of creeping east here, stretching from Syracuse down to Cortland and Ithaca, where it's gorgeous. And I think as we go into the morning, some of this is still going to be lingering around, especially south and east before tapering off. So numbers now in the 60s at last check. Rome to downtown, 66. Clinton, 65 right now in Little Falls, into the low 60s across Sego County, Cooperstown to Richfield Springs, and into the Adirondacks. Temperatures right around 60, 62 though, there in Old Forge. All right, so there's still a kind of this old crusty stationary front to the east, slowly working its way away. And then we look to the west, there's another cold front that comes through. That's that line of showers that will be crossing through overnight tonight. Let's talk about the tropics. You know, we have not mentioned poor Margot at all. There's another hurricane out there, but it's treading water. Of bigger interest is Lee. Still a pretty formidable storm. We go in a little closer, the eye right there, and you can still see it's kind of getting its act together with a wind speed at 115 miles an hour. It's going to take a hard turn north. As that happens, it accelerates, okay? Gets into some cooler water, though, up here. And notice the strength and intensity drops to a Cat 1 as it moves into Atlantic Canada around Halifax, Nova Scotia. We're on the back side of this thing, so other than some high clouds bending into central New York and the wind speeds picking up a little bit, it will largely be a miss, not only for us, but the way it looks right now for most of the United States. Hey, did you see this right here? Look at that orientation. That's actually a little lake effect, or at least lake-enhanced rain shower, meaning if the lake wasn't there, it would still rain. It just gets a little extra help from said lake. So tonight we'll have some showers coming through. Becomes a little more widespread, 60. And then tomorrow, the rain tapers. It's just a spotty shower for the afternoon. The sky should clear out a bit. By evening, as the winds become westerly and ushers in some cooler air, there could be, again, a spotty shower heading into tomorrow late and then into Thursday morning as well before the sky clears out. Look at that, a fall feel for you on Wednesday and Thursday in the 60s, cooling into the 40s. That means some areas, those nooks and crannies, maybe like upper 30s. Yeah, beautiful weekend though. And just think, Jamie, in 5 or 6 weeks we'll be talking about snow.
Oh, don't say that. Let's still focus on.
I'm just saying that's where we're going.
The warm days we have left, maybe some foliage.
Yeah.
We can start to mix that in. Snow, let's wait a little on that.
The weekend looks great.
It does look great, and great for some sports this weekend too. And I say the weekend because some of the Friday night games have been rescheduled. We'll check in with Brendan Miller for more on that.
Brendan.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Your eyewitness weather forecast.
Good evening, everybody. We're watching some wet weather just to the west. So while you're sleeping, this is going to come through. It will still be lingering over parts of the area first thing in the morning. And then I think it kind of tapers to just some spotty showers and maybe even a few lake-enhanced rain showers by this time tomorrow night. We'll see how that evolves as we look downtown right now. It is a cloudy sky as wet weather is not far to the west. We'll show you on radar in a minute. Want to focus in on Otsego County where there's a flood watch. That is through tomorrow morning. Speaking to the fact that there's going to be some heavier elements of rain that look to maybe move across parts of the central Leatherstocking region. And, if you get under a repetitive downpour, there could be some localized low-lying, poor drainage type flooding. And this is kind of a snapshot of what we're expecting. So, 8/10, 6/10 Otsego County, but even up towards Dolgeville, there could be a little stripe of some steadier rain that comes through while you're sleeping. There it is right now on radar. You can see the leading edge of this just getting in to western Oneida County. We'll go in a little bit closer. This is Boonville, Lee, Vienna, out towards Oneida, and then extending back towards Constantia and Syracuse. So this is all going to continue to shift its way to the east. Mainly light rain, but anywhere you see some of these yellow pockets in here, maybe something a little steadier. Temperatures right now are in the mid-60s at Griffiths Park in Rome, 65 in Marcy, 66 here in Utica. Little Falls is at 65. Down to the south, we're in the low 60s, Cooperstown, Hartwick, Oneonta, Edmiston, and up into the Adirondacks. Temperatures here in the upper 50s to low 60s at Old Forge. So here's a look at satellite Doppler radar. Again, there's a cold front kind of tucked in here. That is what's slicing through tonight. That will come through, and then that's going to change the weather up. As we get into the day tomorrow, we'll turn cooler. Quickly want to update you on Margot. Oh yeah, there's another hurricane way out in the Atlantic, and then of course we're still keeping an eye on Lee. Hasn't been too much fluctuation here, still 115-mile-per-hour winds as it crawls to the west and northwest, but eventually will take a turn to the north, and at that point we'll see it accelerate and move up the eastern seaboard. So Cat 1 just off the New England coastline. Let's get in a little closer here. You can see it's heading for Halifax, Nova Scotia, but there will be some indirect impacts generally along the eastern seaboard, and some of those high clouds will spill into central New York by the weekend, and also a gusty wind will pick up as we get into the weekend as well. There goes that little band of wet weather. Then tomorrow it's just a spotty shower here or there. Then it's a little bit of lake enhancement with some sprinkles or a light spotty rain shower tomorrow night into Thursday before we clear the sky out again by Thursday afternoon. So your forecast then tonight, we'll watch those showers move in. Rain becomes a little more widespread. Low temperatures drop to near 60. And then through the day tomorrow, rain, especially south and east in the morning, tapering to spotty showers. And then as the cooler air grows, maybe a little bit of lake-enhanced rain shower by the evening. Down the road, 7-day forecast looks like this. So kind of that fallish feel with temperatures in the 60s, 40s at night, crisp, cool air, beautiful weather going into the weekend. It will turn a little breezy Saturday, and you might look up and see like that kind of milky or filmy look to the sky. Those will be Lee's high clouds extending all the way west here into central New York before some wet weather by next week.
Hurricane Lee making its way all the way up to us, huh?
Yeah, at least indirectly. It's
Yeah.
not a direct hit, nor do I think it will be a direct hit for anywhere in the United States. So good news.
Awesome. Great weather this weekend.
Yep.
Check out this area's newest park. Next after this break.